Dear students, so this is my second session of ray optics. In this session, let us discuss about lens maker's formula. This is very important for our examination. So the name of this concept is lens maker's formula. Lens maker's formula. This is the 5 marks important question. It's a derivation. To understand lens maker's formula, first of all, let us consider a convex lens. Say it is a convex lens. I want to write the convex lens. This is what the convex lens. Optic center. I want to consider biconvex lens. It contains two curved surfaces, bounded by two curved surfaces. This is what the principal axis passing through the optic center. Now the lens is made by glass and this lens is placed in a air medium. Now the refractive index of the air media let us consider as N1 and N2 is the refractive index of this glass or lens. Now to complete this ray diagram, this is what the principal axis. On the principal axis I want to consider a point object O. O is the point object which is at a distance u from the optic center. U is the distance from optic center to the point O. If it is an incident ray, without deviation, it can proceed through the lens because it is the principal axis. Along the principal axis, it won't take any deviation. Now, if I consider another ray, somewhere here, let us consider this is the point. This is incident ray. And after refraction produced by this convex lens, the final image is formed at this point by making a refracted ray. This is the image point. This is point image and this is point object. Now, I want to split this ray diagram into two parts because this convex lens, equiconvex lens or convex lens made by two refracting curved surfaces here. One is A, B, C. This is the first refracting curved surface. The first time refraction takes place here and here second time refraction takes place. So for the second surface A, D, C. So ADC is second refracting surface, ABC is first refracting surface. For both the curved surface, I am going to apply curvature formula. So for that I want to write the ray diagram once again here for the first and second separately. For the first curved surface, say this is the first curved surface. I want to write it here, first curved surface. So it is the first ABC, first curved surface. Take ABC, small portion. First curved surface, ABC. Object is here, from here to here object distance, incident ray. It means light is traveling from N1. Now in the absence of second curved surface, the whole thing is considered as a glass here. The light is traveling from N1 to N2. N1 is the refractive index of the object space, N2 is the refractive index of the image space because the image is formed in the glass. Now the image is formed somewhere here. This is what the image point. Let us consider image point is I1. Refracted. Since it is a curvature, the center of curvature comes somewhere here. Center of curvature let us consider is C1. Now from the center of curvature you know how to write the normal. This is what the normal drawn to the point of incident. Let us consider incident point is N1. N1 is the incident point for the first curved surface. Now we know that curvature formula. Let us consider the curvature formula. Since we have taken the refraction by the curvature formula. So this formula is already derived in the session 1. The formula is N2 divided by V minus N1 divided by U is equal to N2 minus N1 divided by R. The meaning of this equation is refractive index of image space by image distance minus refractive index of object space by object distance minus refractive index of image space minus image object space whole divided by radius of curvature. That concept I want to apply for the refraction produced by the first surface ABC in the absence of second surface ADC. Here second surface is not present, it means the whole thing is considered as a glass media. Here it is air media. Light is traveling from air to glass. So what happens here, according to that equation, apply the curvature formula for the first figure here. So for the first figure, curvature formula becomes, here what is the curvature formula? N2 by V. N2 is the refractive index of image space. Here same, N2 is the refractive index of image space divided by image distance. What is image distance from here to here? This is the image distance. B I1 is the image distance. B I1. Instead of V, I have taken B I1, image distance, because I1 is the image point from the point B. B is considered as pole for the curved surface ABC. Minus here, according to here, minus N1 divided by N1 is refractive index of object space. Okay, object distance from here to here. According to sign convention, we have to take the negative sign, because the distance is measured along the opposite to the direction of incident ray. This is incident ray. We are measuring from here to here, that which is opposite to that. So it becomes BO only, but it is minus. So minus into minus plus. That's why you are getting plus here. This is very important concept, which is equal to refractive index of image space minus image object space, refractive index of object space divided by radius of curvature. What is radius of curvature here? BC1. BC1 is again plus. BI1 is also plus. BC1 is plus. But OB or BO is taken as minus. Here it is minus. Minus of minus plus it will become. So this is very, very important concept, sign convention. So it is equation number 1. Come to the second part. So in the second part, this is figure 1. Say next in the figure 2, in figure 2, I will remove ADC second, in the absence of ADC. Only in the presence of ADC, how the refraction can be takes place, I want to represent here. This is the second surface. The first surface is absent. It means the first surface is absent means the whole thing is glass here. It means already light reached to this surface and already enters inside the lens, and it has to be come out from the lens actually. So this is incident ray. Whatever the refracted ray for the first surface, the same refracted ray is acts like a incident ray for the second surface ADC. This is second surface ADC. So what happens here, you can observe carefully. This is very important concept. If you are understanding this one, this derivation is very easy. Okay, this is the only thing you have to understand properly. See here, light already comes inside the lens. Light already entered inside the lens. Right. The refraction takes place, the first surface is explained here. Right. So from this portion onwards, we have written the diagram. See here, if you write the second surface, this is the incident ray. Right. Second surface ADC. One, the light is traveling from glass to the second surface ADC. So actually this point I1 acts like a virtual object for the second surface ADC. Whatever the point you have taken I1 for the first surface, it is a real object point. Real image point. The same real image point for the second spherical surface I1 acts like a virtual object for the second spherical surface, right? So then what happens here? ADC surface and I1 acts like a virtual object. So what happens after refraction produced by the second surface here? So it means this incident ray appears to coming from infinity. Somewhere we don't know the position of that. That's why it appears to be coming from infinity, but actually it appears to converge here. Actually coming from infinity and appears to converge at this point. That's why this incident ray acts like a virtual image. Virtual object. So this is the point where the final image is formed. Final image point. Now the light is traveling from N2 to N1, because light already entered from N1 to N2 from the first surface. From the second surface, N2 to N1. because again it is coming out from the lens to the air medium. Lens to the air medium means the whole thing is glass medium. So inside the glass, light is considered as an incident ray. Now the object space is N2, the image space is N1. So this is very important concept. Now apply the same rule or same curvature formula for the second curved surface ADC. For the second curved surface ADC, you observe carefully here. N2 by V. So what is the meaning of N2 by V? Refractive index of image space divided by image distance. Which is refractive index of image space? This one, N1. So N1 is the refractive index of image space. So image distance DI minus, according to formula, minus. So refractive index of objects, here it is plus only, because according to sign convention DI is taken as, sorry, DI, not I1, DI only. DI is taken as positive. Second one is so object is somewhere here, because the incident ray is present. Wherever the incident ray present, that space is considered as object space. Wherever the refracted ray present, that space is considered as a image space, right? So what happens here? Refractive index of image object space is N2. Second concept, refractive index of object space divided by object distance. N2 is the refractive index of object space divided by object distance. This is the object distance, DI1. DI1 is the object distance. See, DI1 is positive. DI1 is positive, which is equal to, so according to formula, refractive index of image space minus refractive index of object space. So which is image space? N1 here. N1 is image space. N2 is object space, right? First N2 is, this is object space, divided by, so according to the sign convention, so where do you get the center of curvature for the second surface ADC? Here it is the spherical shape. Here you can observe, it means center of curvature somewhere here. So center of curvature is C2, let us consider. If I want to write the normal, it will come here. So you can write the normal like this, right now. So this is what the normal. So center of curvature. So now distance from here to here, it is radius of curvature. So radius of curvature is DC2. Radius of curvature is DC2. See, DC2 is minus actually, because we are measuring opposite. Incident ray is from left to right. We are measuring from right to left. Now it is minus. I will change here itself only. So D2 write as it is. In the numerator, first you write N2 first, N1 next. So minus is replaced like this. So here it will become N2. Here it will become N1. So here it is minus only. Clear? So that's why directly I will write this step. Already I was applied sign convention here also. So for all these values I was applied sign convention. So it is equation number 2. So after writing equation 1 and 2 for the curvatures ABC and ADC, we will get equation 1 and 2. These two equations is according to the curvature formula. This is first curvature and this is second curvature. First, for the first curvature, O is a real object, I1 is real image. For the second curved surface ADC, I dash is virtual object, I is a real image. So that virtual and real concept should be very, very important. So virtual means appears to converge. Real means actually converge. That's very important. Now here, by adding equation 1 and 2, continuation, adding equation number 1 and 2. By adding equation 1 and 2, see here from the figure, distance from B to I1 is same as distance from D to I1. The reason is, since the lens is thin lens. Since the lens is thin lens, the value of BI1, see, BI1 is equal to DI1. BI1 is equal to DI1 since the lens is thin lens. Since the lens is thin lens, these two values are same. Now, by adding these two equations, BI1, N2 by BI1 minus N2 by, this is also become BI1. So now these two will get cancelled. When these two will get cancelled, which is the first equation, first term, N1 divided by BO only. Next, plus This, since these two will get cancelled, the remaining term is n1 by BO, n1 by DI, n1 divided by DI. So in the left hand side of this equation. What about in the right side of the equation? n2 minus n1. n2 minus n1 divided by, first term is BC1 plus only here. Second term is n2 minus n1 divided by DC2. So in the next step, I want to take the common factor. In the left hand side, n1 is common factor. In the right hand side, n1 minus n2 is common factor. So what happens here, if I take n1 as common factor, which is the first term, 1 divided by BO plus, which is the second term, 1, because n1 is already taken out from the bracket. So DI, which is equal to, common factor is n2 minus n1. The remaining term is 1 divided by BC1 minus 1 divided by DC2. Now, from this diagram or these three diagrams, you can apply values of BO. What is the value of BO? See in this diagram, BO is object distance. So U, BO is U. See, U is taken as negative. So I want to repeat that once again. This is also sign convention. Since we are measuring opposite to the direction of incident ray, here to here it is negative, right? Minus, what is DI? High. Where do you get high? Image distance. This is image distance. Object distance, final image distance. Image distance is taken as V. V is positive, sign convention rule according to that. Next, BC1. BC1 is radius of curvature R1. Since it is the first curved surface, radius of curvature for the first curved surface is R1. And one more term we want, DC2. Radius of curvature for the second curved surface, from here to here it is minus R2. So U and R2 are measured opposite to the direction of incident ray. That's why these two are taken as negative and these two are taken as positive, because along the direction of incident ray are taken. So now you substitute the values of BO, DI, BC1 and DC2 to this equation. The formula becomes, so now in the next step, directly I will transfer N1 from left hand side to right hand side. It will directly comes to N2 minus N1 whole divided by N1. So I will write it here. 1 divided by, what is BO? BO is minus U. Plus is here. Write plus as it is. 1 by DI. Where is DI? DI is V only. 1 by V, which is equal to, this N1 is transferred from LHS to RHS by taking cross multiplication. You take cross multiplication, it comes to denominator. N2 minus N1 whole divided by N1. Since it is transferred from here to here, it will comes here. N1 in a bracket. Write the remaining terms, 1 divided by replacing these values, BC1. BC1 is R1 and DC2 is R2. 1 divided by R1. Here it is in the formula. Here it is, we have to take plus here. While transfer from here to plus only. And substituting the value of DC2. DC2 is minus, means it will become minus. 1 divided by R2. Now N2 by N1 minus N1 by N1. Split this N1 for both the terms. It will become, so the formula can be written as 1 by V minus 1 by U. Because it is positive, it is negative. I want to write the positive term first and then negative term second, which is equal to. Now the next step is N2 divided by N1 minus 1. Because N2 by N1 write as it is. This N1 get cancels. Minus 1 comes here. Into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 only. Yeah. Now we are considering certain rule here. See, what is N2 by N1? You know that N12 can be written as N2 by N1. So this will become N12. So what happens here in the next step? I will replace that. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to N12 minus 1 of 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. I will give equation number 1. This is equation number 1. Now I will consider certain condition here. Now let us assume that the object is at infinity. If u is equal to infinity. So what is the meaning of u is equal to infinity? Instead of taking object at a finite distance, you take the object at infinite distance. Infinite means this ray will parallel to the principal axis. You can write the ray diagram like this. If the object is parallel to the principal axis, so if the object is parallel, incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it means that object is at infinity. You don't know the distance value, exact value, it's at infinite. Now what happens after refraction produced by this lens, it will converges at a single point. That point is what we call them as principal focus. It means object is at infinity, the image is formed exactly on the principal focus. So the distance from principal focus to optic center is focal length. Now the image distance becomes focal length. So that's why I want to write, if u is equal to infinity, then what about v? V is exactly focus on the principal focus. So I will remove this one. I think you are clear this about this. So what happens in the next step? If u is infinity, v is f. So replace 1 by v is f minus 1 by u is infinity, which is equal to n12 minus 1 of 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. See, 1 by infinity is nothing but 0, because any number by 0 is infinity, means any number by infinity is also 0. So therefore in the next step we are getting final equation 1 by f is equal to n12 minus 1 of 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So this is what we call them as lens maker's formula. So in this lens maker's formula, so I want to read like this: lens maker formula, reciprocal of focal length. So f is the focal length of this lens. So focal length is the distance between optic center to the principal focus. So reciprocal of focal length is equal to n minus 1 of 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So this is what we call them as lens maker's formula. Equation 2 is lens maker's formula. So in the examination, if they ask derive lens maker's formula, it's a direct question. If they ask derive lens maker's formula, first you write this formula, right? First you write this ray diagram. This ray diagram can be split into two parts. First part, refraction produced by the first surface. Second part, refraction produced by the second surface. For both the refraction surface, apply curvature formula. You get equation 1 and equation 2. Just by adding equation 1 and 2, here while writing these equations 1 and 2, one should observe the sign convention very carefully. Here we are applying the values of BI1, BO, BC1 by using sign convention. Right, we already, while deriving this equation, we use sign convention. While substituting the values of the object distance, image distance, there also we are using sign convention. Here also we are using sign convention. So every time one should consider the sign convention. Otherwise, we will get the positive and negative different values. Okay, so this is what the final equation. So if they ask derive the expression for lens maker formula, you can end it here. Okay, so in the next continuation concept, I want to tell one more small concept here. See, lens formula. So this is lens maker's formula, whatever the derivation we have done here up to here. So lens maker's formula is clear. Reciprocal of focal length is equal to n12 minus 1 of 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is lens maker's formula. F is focal length, n is refractive index of this lens. If it is absolute, n12, instead of writing n12, we can write n only. 1 by r1. r1 is radius of curvature produced by the first surface, and r2 is the radius of curvature produced by the second surface. So this is lens maker's formula. See, from equation 1 and 2 only we are getting lens formula. See, from equation 1, what is equation 1? 1 by v minus 1 by u is equal to n of n12 minus 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 is equal to equation 1. See, in equation 2 is also right hand side is same, no? Equation 1 is exactly same as equation 2, only in RHS. If RHS is same means LHS is also same. See, RHS is same. N12 minus 1, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Same thing here also. N12 minus 1, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. By comparing equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2. See, this is Lensmaker's formula. So, this won't include in this derivation. This is separate. While deriving this equation, we know that you directly write equation. We know that 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to N12 minus 1, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Say it is equation 1. So, we know that Lensmaker's formula 1 by F is equal to N12 minus 1, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So, comparing equation 1 and 2, since right hand side is same, left hand side is also same in these two equations, the formula will become 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to what? 1 by F. So, this is called Lens formula. What is Lens formula? Reciprocal of image distance minus reciprocal of object distance is equal to reciprocal of focal. So, this is what we call them as Lens formula. So, in the curvature formula, in the mirror we have taken mirror formula, we have taken 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U we have taken. See the difference between lens formula and mirror formula. So, in lens formula it is negative 1 by V minus 1 by U. In mirror formula it is positive. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. That is the difference between lens formula and mirror formula. So, this is the mirror formula especially related with spherical mirrors. So, this is the formula related to spherical mirrors. This is the formula what we call them as lens formula. And so, in the examination they won't ask this derivation. Lens formula they won't ask. You want only the final equation. What is lens formula? 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. But so for your examination, it's a very important question, 5 marks question, Lensmaker's formula, right? So these are all the steps one should follow. So thank you.